you will have to get a feedback in order to understand the loop. Oh, ooh, but I like the fact that it shows something that is pretty dark. What's the first thing to learn? First thing to learn is how I can use information to derive a lot of value. How can I do that? Well, I can use one process that I've learned from one guy named C.S. Joseph. What is that? Input Output Process Feedback System. IPOF system. IPOF system is input, process, output, feedback. Input is about all the types of information that you're going to take. You might take those informations from YouTube. You might take those informations from podcasts or books that you're reading. But input is all about the amount of information that you're going to take, which will be afterwards, as we're going to talk in some minutes, processed by your brain. Second one is the process. What's the process? The process is about the thinking aspect, imagining within your mind scenarios within the theater of your imagination, and understanding how you can use this information to create new forms of realities, trying to test new things with those amounts of information that you've taken. The process aspect is about the thinking aspect, logic primarily. This is for the process. Now, what is the output? The output is taking the information that you've been learning for quite some time and trying to put it into the world. It depends how it can be. You can do that, for example, using your mouth. You can do that using your fingers, using your body. It's all about how you can take those informations that you've been learning and processing for quite some time and putting them into the world. That's what we call the output. Now, what is the feedback? The feedback is the ending of the loop, and the feedback is about trying to look how the information that you've been using is being portrayed out into the world, and taking that information in order to reinforce your learning process. So, for example, if you're learning, I don't know, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, first one, you're going to take information and you're going to look at all the different lessons or the basics that you want to learn from Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Afterwards, you're going to process those information. Third one, what are you going to do? You're going to output those information. It can be using your body. You use your body, you do some exercises, and afterwards you go on to the feedback. The feedback is you're playing, for example, with one of the guys that has the same level of you as you, or one guy that has a level above you. And as you're playing, you're saying that this guy, he is using certain techniques that you don't know, and he is able to counter the techniques that you have been learning for quite some time. Now, what do? You're going to take those informations, you go back, and you try to rearrange the problem that's being shown in front of you, which is make myself much more better when it comes to fighting my opponent, or becoming much more better when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? You finish that, you come back, you stay at home, you take again the information, you process, and that's how the loop is done. Now, this was just an example.